weird.
Welcome to Life Under the Laundry Pile, airing it all out one conversation at a time.
Episode 6 of Kid Questions, Kid Wisdom, and I'm not eating that. Just a quick reminder before we get started, you can find us on social media at Facebook and Instagram at Life Under the Laundry Pile. Twitter is at Life_the_Laundry. And we also have a website. It's www.laundrypilepodcastblog.wordpress.com.
Jesus.
We'll get there. Yeah. We'll get there. And we just yesterday, I made us a
Pinterest board.
Yes. So you can find us. It's a work in progress, but we're there. So come follow us.
She has some great
drinky drinks on there. Yeah. After you said that this morning, I was like, drink.
Because she had it set up, and then I went on really quick and looked, and I'm like, these are great options, but there's nowhere for me to put my booze.
There is now. So yes.
So you can go on there and see what Copper's drinking today.
Yes.
On any given day, there'll be something new.
And don't quote me, but I believe it's Laundry Pile Podcast is our, I don't know what you call it, our Pinterest name. I don't even know.
We'll post it on Facebook for you.
Yeah, and we'll put it in our laundry list. So.
I could technically look it up right now, but after the
we have struggled.
Bad relationship that I've had with our recording program this week, I'm just really afraid to touch the computer now while we're doing this.
Yeah, we're good.
Believe it or not, this is effort number 3. Take three. Yeah, so it's been quite the week.
And poor Copper, she's about to go on vacation, so this is not fun. Poor thing. I told her she'd have to teach me, and then maybe I could help out. I'm sure I couldn't.
Well, you said you're like, we can put it off until you get back, but I'm like, we're halfway done. I'm not going to be able to relax unless we get it out.
Half of it, yeah.
I wanted to get it out before we left, so.
So yes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Did we talk about all that? The social media?
We did. I
blah, blah, blah.
Told
social
everybody
media.
the social media.
I shouldn't blah, blah, blah the social media, but.
No, that's our bread and butter.
I know.
So thanks to all the tweets and the Instagram fans.
Yeah.
Because we really kind of ramped that up.
Yes.
And that was nice, organic.
And it grows a little bit every day, and I really like that.
It does.
So it's kind of fun. So. It makes it worth it. Otherwise, we're really just
talking to
each other next to in my really warm, stuffy office. So
which is not a bad thing. I love adult conversation. I just told you, I'm so over summer because the kids are starting to drive me absolutely batty.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw a pin today that said if I had $1 or if I had a dime for every time a kid said "Mom," I'd have like $59 million, and it was like 10 seconds ago or something. That is very true. Yeah, especially during the summer. So.
Yeah, we went to Kroger's today really quick to get some stuff. Snack foods for the
car ride.
In the car ride.
Right.
And road trips. Crap, what I was going to say.
You got food from Kroger.
Oh, got food. So we're going through the line, and the cashier, she's like, oh my, you have plenty of help, don't you? I'm like, I do. For 2.5 more wonderful weeks. So, yeah. Not that I don't love them, but it's time.
It is time.
Yeah.
My kids have hit that. I think well, let's be honest. My kids hit that point probably maybe 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Where you knew they were just ready. They just needed the structure
ready.
And the routine.
They don't even they're like, no, I don't want to go. But you're like, yeah, I think that you kind of need to. Like, yeah, you need that routine. It's very important. And you're not getting it here, which is my fault. But
my kids don't even want to leave the house a lot of days.
Right.
Which is nuts to me.
Yeah. Well, that requires putting pants on, and nobody wants to do that.
It does.
And then, mine are finally, Jackie is sleeping until 7:30, which is sleeping in for him. But Maggie slept until 9:30 this morning. And I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No. This is not when we finally stop waking up at 6 a.m. Yeah. No.
Well, next week, we're going to have to go back. Yeah. And I keep warning them because you're right. My kids, Emma will stay up coloring and reading in her bed until, she said, I didn't go to bed until 11:30 last night.
Right.
I said, you cannot do that. I said, starting Monday, you guys are going to go to bed and you're going to get up at school times because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble when it comes
Right.
back.
You're going to be
School time.
sorry. Like,
You
it's
are-
going to be rough.
And mommy's going to be even sorrier. 'cause
Right.
It gets really bad at my house, so.
But it's only bad until 8 o'clock, and then you shut that van door, you drive home, and you're fine.
Well, technically 7:30 this year because
Right.
Emma's on safety patrol. So
Right.
I'm just going to shove him out the door.
Yes.
So,
I
but,
keep forgetting about safety patrol. Thank God I have you in my life.
Yeah,
So,
safety
yeah.
so yeah, even sooner. We shoved their little butts out the van door.
Yes. It's going to be glorious. So.
Oh, it is.
Thank God our daughters are like more mature than we are. They're like, we want to be on safety patrol, and we're like, oh, that sounds like responsibility.
It does, and that's
Yeah.
exactly the first thing I said to Emma when she wanted, and I knew she would. She is that.
Yes.
Like, she's more responsible than some adults I know.
Well, Maggie's since kindergarten. She's like, I'm gonna be that girl.
And I'm thinking that just sounds like a lot of work.
Right.
You really
Yeah.
want to do this?
You got to stand outside whether it's sunny, it's raining, it's hot, it's cold.
Makes mommy have to get you up extra early and drop your butts
I know.
all off.
I know. I'm good with that. So, well, for me, I put my kids on the bus, which you don't.
No, yeah.
And I'll have to drive them in, which is ultimately, I mean, yay, they want
We
to be
live
good.
like 2 minutes
Right.
from the school.
And they want to be good citizens, so I'm not complaining. So, whatever.
Yeah.
But, all right. Anything else going on?
I don't think so. No, and poor viewers or listeners, we've actually done this intro like 3 times. So,
But we've done different topics.
we have. Have we?
There's
hit on
there's been really good. This is the crappy
the
thing.
birthdays? The birthdays.
Oh, yeah, we had birthdays this week. Yes.
because Copper. The first time we recorded this, Copper said, "I can't believe I kept the kid alive for 9 years."
Yeah,
Talking about
that's
Maggie.
well. It's really, if anyone that knows me, and some people are like, "Oh, shush, you're such a good mom," but I mean, the fact that I've kept 3 kids alive, and one of them for 9 years.
It's impressive.
I really feel like we should have been celebrating me on Tuesday and not her.
So yes, in case you missed it, both we have 2 girls that
Yes.
have the same birthday on Tuesday. It was Maggie turned 9
And Sweet Paige turned 7.
Yes.
So
It was really crazy. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we had talked about that the first time we recorded.
right,
So that
and
was,
the second time actually, I think. Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Okay.
did. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we did. Birthdays were the past few days.
That's pretty much been it. In fact, there's still half a cake sitting on my countertop. I should throw it away.
Girl, there's no cupcakes at my house.
I know, because the majority of them came home with my kids. Thanks. There was one in my freezer on Monday morning. I'm
They're
like,
saving it for
why?
later.
Where the hell is this in my
They're
freezer?
hoarding it for later.
I don't know. I find all kinds of things in there. It's scary.
That's funny.
I think Henry just thinks the freezer saves everything.
Ooh, that's kind of creepy.
Legos.
Keep an eye on that freezer.
Yeah, I know. I will.
Here, kitty.
So, all right. Well, we are going to be, let's see, this episode, we're talking about kid wisdom. So, boy, this has been a struggle. We had this great idea where we're going to bring the kids in and ask them questions, and it has evolved.
Into
And then,
we were like pulling
yeah,
them in, kicking
right.
and screaming.
You know, our first kiddos that we were going to talk to is Paige and Henry, and at first Paige didn't want to, so we're not in the business of making them do anything they don't want to do. We make them do enough things that they don't want to do.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So we're going to be like, okay, just Henry. Well, we've had Henry do it twice now, and like I said, there's been a problem with the programming, so I needed him to do it again, and he's out in my living room right now like, bitches be crazy. I'm not doing this again. I mean, I offered him a popsicle, and he still would not. He's like, I don't want to. But we have lucked out, and Jackie is a complete attention hog and would love to get in front of the microphone and talk. He's been waiting since I purchased this thing to actually go to talk into it. So we're going to bring him into the room and ask him a couple of questions, and he's going to answer them hopefully in true Jackie form. And I hope you guys enjoy. Come on, buddy. You want to come in? Here. You stand in the middle, okay? All right, you remember how you talk into this?
Yeah.
Okay. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
What's your name?
Jack.
What's your bad boy name?
Jack Thomas.
You don't have to whisper. Just talk normal, okay?
Jack Thomas.
Okay.
I'm trying to do in a dark voice.
Okay. Oh, that's your dark voice?
I'm trying to do in a dark voice.
Okay. How old are you, Jack?
5.
Hey, don't whisper. You got to talk like a big boy, okay?
5.
I'm literally picking melted chocolate chip. Oh, God, I hope this is chocolate chip.
Oh my
5.
God! And I thought you were gonna put it in your mouth. Oh, you did.
Yeah, it's chocolate.
Oh snap!
At
fine.
least it's chocolate.
So you
It's
better
all
hope it
chocolate.
was chocolate.
It could have been poop. Can we ask you some questions?
Yes.
Now, how old are you again? I forgot. 5?
5.
But you're going to be 6 real quick, right?
Yeah.
Yep, in a couple weeks. And you're going into what grade?
First.
Okay, that's a good way to do it.
Perfect.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited too.
I had to.
Okay, so here's some questions we're going to ask you. What would you do on a date? What's your ideal date?
Just what normal people do for their dates.
Well, what do normal people do on dates?
Eat and kiss.
Did you say eat and kiss?
Yes.
That's what you said. Okay. Fair enough.
What would you do after you ate dinner and kissed? Would you take her home and drop her off?
Eat some more bananas.
Eat some more bananas. Oh, no, yeah, okay.
You're so funny. All right. If you could make anything for dinner, what would you make? Don't have to yell.
Whatever my kids want.
Whatever your kids want. But if you could make anything you wanted, what would you make?
Mac and cheese.
Why would you make mac and cheese?
It's my jam.
It's your jam. When is it not okay to fart?
Never.
You can just fart anytime?
Yes.
That's pretty much true, isn't it? Yeah, it happens wherever you need it to happen. What would you do if you ran out of toilet paper?
Just what was it?
What?
You what? You have to speak clearly, buddy.
Just what was it?
Just live with it.
So, okay.
You would just go around with dirty bottom?
Yeah. I don't know how to fix it.
Well, at least we don't have to be
We don't
We
worry
don't
about
have to
the
worry-
towels in the bathroom.
Well,
'cause
the
that was
towels,
my
yeah,
kid's
yeah.
answer.
And we also don't need to worry about that dating situation either, because if we're just living with a dirty bottom, then I think it's pretty clear to say that the date situation
If you
is
smell
going
like
to be
poop
too.
and
Yeah.
chocolate, you're probably safe.
Yeah.
Mommy doesn't have to worry about girls.
Yeah. Now he's thinking about that. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Astronauts.
You want to be an astronaut?
So I can be the first man on Mars.
Yeah. That's a really long trip. How long is that going to take?
For free.
It's what?
For free.
No, how long would it take you to get there? How long do you think it takes to get to Mars?
1 second.
1 second?
1 second.
Boy, I don't think that'll ever happen.
Baby,
It's a
it's
long
gonna
time.
take us 2 days to get to Florida.
Well, if I was astronaut, it'll take me 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I don't
Okay,
really
you
know.
can design a super spaceship.
Yeah.
That can go swish fast.
Yeah.
As Flash.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, if you were Flash, it might actually take you 30 minutes to get there, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, oh my God, I didn't think about it that way. That's amazing. What is the funniest thing about Daddy?
First sinks.
You saw that one coming, right?
Yeah. I don't want to ask the next one.
Just to clarify, in case no one understood that.
Right.
Ask the next one.
He said that the funniest thing about his daddy is that his farts stink.
And the tickles.
Oh Lord, and here we go.
And he
Here's the
tickles.
next question.
Okay. Oh my God. All right. What is the funniest thing about Mommy? Please be nice. I love you.
The funny thing about my mommy is
What's the funniest thing I do?
tickle me and love me.
Oh,
we dodged a bullet there.
Good choice. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thanks, baby boy. What do Mommy and Daddy do after you go to bed?
Watch TV, then watch some more TV.
Good answer.
That's actually about right. What kind of shows do you think we watch?
Horror movies.
Horror movies.
That was
You know those movies that are real scary and stuff?
I do. I don't watch those. Those scare me.
They are scary.
Especially movies that come out that's about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
Like, Five Nights at Freddy's gives me the creep.
Gives me the willies.
Nini Chica's Cupcake Bomb.
I don't know what that is, but yes.
It's it's a cupcake that looks like a bomb.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My kids watch that too.
Do
All
you-
those YouTube videos
I
make
know.
the kids go nuts.
Well, I think that's
Oh,
part of the
we
reason why
watch
Henry wasn't going to
YouTube
come in
too.
again. So
We watch you two a lot.
yeah.
Because we're video brothers.
Video brothers.
And we cannot activate our
There's your Halloween
laziness.
costume, Video Brothers.
Yeah. What are you going to be for Halloween?
One of the doctors.
One of
From
the doc-
Doctor Who.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because we found the plan of we can all like be a
Yeah.
person from Doctor. Daddy
Sister's
can
got it themed
That's
out.
right,
Yeah.
because Maggie's going to be a TARDIS, right?
and Daddy's going to be and Harry's going to be Exterminate. Exterminate.
There it is.
I've
Yeah.
only seen the old Doctor Who. I
Yes.
used to watch it at 10:30 at night when I would come visit my grandparents here in Texas because we didn't have it at home.
Right.
So I have no idea what he's talking about.
Exterminate
All right.
the Daleks.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very scary. Okay, I have a couple more questions, okay? And then you can go back to your video. Do you think that underwear is necessary? Do you have to wear underwear?
No. We can just go running around naked.
And if you could use one word to describe Jack Thomas, what would it be?
Lovers.
Lover.
I think that's appropriate.
Because
You're a
I
sweet boy.
because I am really lover.
You are. You're a super sweet boy.
I love my mom. I love my mom a lot.
A lot.
A lot. He's very, very
Sensitive.
attached and very sensitive. Yes.
To you.
Thank you,
You're
baby.
my lovey mommy.
All right. Do you want to tell everyone goodbye?
Goodbye.
Thank you, Chad.
That was dark. My babies. My babies.
Thanks,
I
Chad.
love you.
Oh, I love you too. Bye, buddy.
Enjoy the show.
Record your show. Oh, how funny.
That was funny.
Yay.
He's a funny boy. He is. Okay, so the next thing we were going to talk about was I'm not eating that, and I know you hear that at your house. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, at least 3 times a day.
Yeah, well, with 4 kids, at least one of my kids is going to tell me I'm not eating that.
Right.
Or I don't like that when they just liked it last week.
Right.
Like right now, chili is one of the things that some of my kids, and I don't even remember which kid. This is really sad, but we'll put something down or I'll make it. And someone will say, I don't like that. And I'm like, well,
What
I
the
can't
frick?
keep up.
Right.
I can't. So
You got to make up your mind what you
Yeah.
like and what you don't like. 'Cause
and
I
that
can't.
is at our house. I make it. I don't. And that was one of my questions I was going to ask you. I know some parents make kid meals and then the adults eat it, and some parents make adult meals and the kids have to eat it. I am the latter. I do adult meals
Right.
and the kids have to eat it. What's your?
So, when Matt's not home,
Well, yeah, there are special occasions.
I tend to make a lot of kids' meals, and then I eat like a lot of it. And you wouldn't look at me and guess this, but I eat like a lot of salads
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that when he's not home. But just because it's easier to put chicken nuggets in the oven than cook for 3 kids.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I do that.
But I do also make them meals. Like one of their favorite things is what is it called? Chicken piccata. Is that right?
I don't know.
It's
I
like a
don't-
lemony sauce.
like
They love
chicken.
it. I know.
Okay.
I know. But you could do it with vegetables. It's actually very easy. I should share it with you. But they love that. It's the weirdest thing. Like it's because it's kind of a fancy Italian dish.
It sounds it.
It's really easy. But they love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do make that and things. But here's what I don't do is hold on one second. You got to get away from the door with that, you creepers. Boys, go away. I'm totally leaving this into the podcast. No, guys.
You can't have me. Henry is standing at the door saying, "We need you right there, talking to
You
me."
guys. Okay. Oh, they made her a slushie.
Thank you.
That was fun, guys.
Oh, let me drink it.
No, you have to.
I am drinking it. Oh, look.
You have to. Isn't the watermelon cute?
I choose to do things the hard way, if you haven't noticed.
No, you. Oh.
Fabulous.
Doesn't it taste so nummy?
It does.
All right, my loves.
like
Get out of the room,
watermelon.
please.
Wait.
Oh, criminy. Thank you. I love you.
It was awesome.
It was
Go,
awesome.
please.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Say bye, everybody.
I'm going back in Wuptown.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going back into Cooktown to make some more food.
Okay. Goodbye.
Cooktown poodle.
Shut the door, please.
Cooktown Portal. That's hilarious.
Oh, my God. don't know if I'm going to edit that out.
Okay.
All right. What were we talking about? Oh, so here's the thing. Like when I cook meals, which is not I love cooking. I need to plan better, and I think we're going to touch on that a little bit. I'm really bad at planning, and that's something I need to work on. But when I do cook, I don't make special extra stuff for them. No,
I don't either.
You can either, because I don't go out of my way to make things I don't like.
I'm not a short order cook.
Right, exactly.
And that always sticks in my head.
Like, and the exception to that is if I make, because kids can't handle spicy, at least mine can't. So, and Matt and I love spicy. So if I make something that's spicy, I will make something on the side because I don't want to force them to eat something that obviously causes them discomfort. And I really say that's the one, side dish or side note to that is or exception. That's the word I want to use. But I generally do not make extra food for them because I don't make things that they don't like. I go out of my way to make sure my meals are planned around what I know they will eat.
Right.
Whether or not now they will come to the table and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to eat that. And I'm like, then you're out of luck.
Right.
Because every single thing on your plate is something that you gobbled down last week. So
Right. I have a little different twist. I do a little different than you do then. I actually do make things that my kids have never eaten because I want them to try new things. That being said, I don't do super weird things. Like, you'll never see octopus or,
No, well, you're never going to see that at my
freaking
table.
weird.
Now, I will make them try new things. But, like, for example,
Within reason.
I'm the only person in my family that likes tomatoes. So, I don't make things... I mean, I'm like, spaghetti sauce, yes. Chili is a huge hit in our house. So, that kind of stuff I'll make. But, like, I don't go out of my way to make things where there's visible tomatoes. And, oh, my God, there's so many good recipes out there with tomatoes. But... I won't do that if they can't pick it out because I know that they don't like it. But if I see a new recipe, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make that. We're gonna try it.
Yeah.
You can have a no thank you bite and be done, but I guarantee you're probably gonna like it. So
yeah, I guess because with 4 kids, I do have. I think it's Emma who doesn't. Like I said, it's too hard to keep up. But I think it's Emma who doesn't like tomatoes. So when I make a salad, if her portion has tomatoes in it, inevitably she will take the plate and say, I don't like tomatoes, and I say, pick them out.
Yep.
And that's what I make my kids do. But I do try to make my husband travels a lot, so during those times I do make meals that are sometimes more kid friendly than adult friendly, and I do that just out of sheer convenience
and exhaustion.
But when Lloyd's home, it's always an adult meal.
Right.
Like
exactly.
there's a rare time when I'll have like chicken nuggets for dinner.
Yeah.
And that's usually because that's kind of all that's left in the freezer.
Yes, exactly.
And I didn't really have a choice.
Right.
So, but I
don't generally eat that kind of stuff. So when I make it for them, then I know that's probably
no, I never eat what I cook.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
I never eat what I cook because I cook a lot of meat.
And it doesn't seem fair to some people. I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat what I'm making them, but you know what? I'm an adult, so I can make that choice.
Yeah.
But
no. I'm the same way.
The exception is sometimes like we'll feed the kids when he is home. We usually try to make whatever it is we make and everyone eats as a family. But sometimes we will make them chicken nuggets. And after they go to bed, he'll run up and get like fajita takeout or something. Because then we can eat together.
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like
we've done it.
It's like date night without having to pay a babysitter or put
extra
a bra
food.
on.
Or extra food that the kids are not going to eat all of.
Right, exactly. So
that brings up a really good point. I just totally lost my train of thought.
Think about it. Let me tell you this. I have a little trick where a lot of times, and Henry is my notoriously bad one for just always saying, I'm not going to eat that. Like, whatever you put in front of him, it could be his favorite food, and he's like, I'm not going to eat that. I don't like that. I'm always like, no matter what, but you ate it last week.
Yeah.
And he'll be like...
Yeah.
He'll, oh, you can't see me, so you don't know what I'm doing. But, like, he'll be, like, really confused. Like, I did? I'm like, yeah, you ate it last week. You loved it. And he's like, oh...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he'll try it, and I'm like, you may never have ate it before in his life, but he can't remember that far back.
Right.
So
right. No.
I lie.
Yeah.
And I say, but you liked it last week.
Right. And I've done that. Well, I've done that when they say, Paige will come and look at the stove when I'm cooking, and what are we eating? And I'll tell her, and she'll say, have we ever had that? And I'll say, yes, we've had it, and you liked it. Even if they didn't like it, I kind of white lie and tell them you did like it. Because I know that all it takes is one kid at the table to plant a seed of I don't like this. And that was always one of my rules as well, ever since the kids were really small. If you ever complain and make a nasty comment about the food, you have to clean your plate. You have to be the one to clean your entire plate.
Right.
Because it would be one kid saying, this looks gross. I'm not eating this. And then, of course, it just went like wildfire around the table. And all of a sudden, it all looked gross to all the kids. I know what I was going to ask you. We are big on family meal. Like, I make all the kids sit down at one time.
Yes.
Even the teenager.
Yes.
Even if she decides that she wants something else to eat and she makes it herself. They still all sit down together and eat. That, like, is a huge thing to me.
I think family dinner time is very important. Actually, that's very important in our house. And that's one of the reasons why, and this will be off subject, why you'll never see us overbook with activities outside of the home because, you know, these people never eat at the dinner
No,
table
they're eating drive-through. I can't even imagine.
And we eat a lot of drive-through, don't get me, but we'll even, like, even if we do get carry-out, we sit at the table and eat. That being said, sometimes we do sit at the coffee table and eat in front of a cartoon, but for the most part, eating together is very important to us, too. So
I agree.
It's where we have some of our best conversations, quite honestly.
You want to hear something really funny? Most of the time, it's me buzzing around the kitchen while my husband and the kids or the kids are eating. Like, I get up and down so many times, drink refills, food refills, you know. That most of the time I end up just sitting there with them while they eat.
Right.
And then I eat after they're done. But still, I think it's just the fact that you're all sitting there together. That's so important.
And your focus is on that one thing. I agree.
Yeah. So that's that was what I was going to say earlier, and I totally lost my train of thought. But,
the family meal. The family meal is very important to us.
This was a question I think we've talked about this before, but menu planning and grocery shopping.
Yes. I suck, yeah.
I
you
do.
Don't.
And I will tell you in a nutshell kind of what I do. If you ever want to know, I do. I sit down and I make a menu I used to do once every 2 weeks, and it just got to be too much. So I do it once a week. But I'll get on Pinterest. I even use old-fashioned cookbooks, which is really crazy. I have old-fashioned cookbooks.
To pause you for a second, because I won't remember this when you're done, All Recipes is a really great one, too. I don't know if you ever use that website.
Yes, I have.
I like, and then the great thing about that one is I love Pinterest, but I've had I love Pinterest for so many things. It's very overwhelming, and I've had some really bad recipes out of there.
Yeah, I have too.
All Recipes, like, when you go on there, people have rated it. They've made it, and they tell you if it was good or bad.
Yeah, or if they want to make
this is how we changed it up.
Yeah.
I love it. I have a lot more success with them. I love Pinterest for many things, but the food is fun to look at, but I don't always have success that way.
And you know, I'll put a link up in our laundry list for the All Recipes. Yeah. But I have a Pinterest board, and it is full of food, and I even have it broken down by like breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah. But I don't know. I just find that the only problem with when you get recipes off Pinterest and off the computer, if you don't physically print them out right that second,
it's a pain in the butt.
When it's time to make that meal,
you've
got to go look for it and find it on your phone, and you keep opening your phone trying to make the recipe or go print it out.
Right.
So that being said, there's something to be said for an old-fashioned
cookbook.
Yeah. So, and I have a few of them, but I do that. So what I do is I go and I figure out 7 meals for the week, and I even include Saturday lunch and Sunday lunch, because I don't know about you, but I am always down to the wire on Saturday and Sunday for lunch, and I'm like, what are we going to have? And especially if Lloyd's home, he wants something more than, what I feed the kids. So I do that, and then I write it all down. I make my grocery list, and then I go to the grocery store. So since you don't menu plan, is there a certain, like, do you go to the grocery store, like, religiously? Like, I used to go religiously, like, every Monday I would go.
This is where I need to, and, I don't right now. I go when I need to, and it's horrible. I mean, you don't necessarily come home with what you need. You spend more than you should. Right. We end up going out to eat more than we should. This is something I definitely would like to work on, because I'm entering a new world come the end of this month where I don't have the kids at home.
Right.
My life is going to be completely different. So I'm like, what's her face on that magical rug? Like, this is a whole new world.
Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine. Like, I mean, all possibilities are on the table. I don't know. Yeah. So it might be easier for me to
menu.
to menu plan.
I
and
even
go
do
to the grocery
snacks
store.
and
Right.
school lunches during the
Yes.
year. I even do school lunches because I
You'll
don't know about
never-
you, but
yeah.
school lunches are like the bane of my existence.
Well, I'm so guilty of making the same thing over and over for them. And
I
then
am, so I
only
try to
until
look.
November, and then I say to hell with this and give them like $20 to put in their little accounts, and then they just buy pizza every day. So, and I hate doing that too.
I financially, I can't do it.
Right.
You know, especially now with a teenager in high school, she's probably going to want to buy lunch.
Right.
And that shit's expensive.
It is.
It is. I mean,
And I know I could save a lot of money by planning out better. I do. Like, that's definitely an area where...
well, I think lunches
We
at
bleed.
schools are like $2.40, I think, per meal.
It's like $2.10. I don't know what it is.
It's at least $2.
Yeah,
So
it's
two
$2.
times three is $6
Right,
a day.
a day.
That's $30 a week. And I can't.
And then, inevitably, they're going to buy more than just their lunch.
Yeah.
And before you know it, they wiped out the,
Absolutely.
I think I was on average last year putting $20 in each account, and it would last them the month. I mean, that's just like 10 times a month. I would really let them,
Yeah.
pick out pizza or something like that. And inevitably, Jackie would get off the bus, and he'd have like the circle of chocolate around his
Chocolate.
face. And I'd be like,
ice cream.
I'm going to check your account. And there'd be 4 ice cream sandwiches. I'm like,
Yeah.
why the hell did you let him buy 4 ice cream sandwiches? But that's not their job to police my
Right.
kids, This year they've changed their system. And this is off base and you guys don't care, but they've changed the system so you are going to be able to control what they buy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go on there and say, he can have 1 ice cream sandwich on Friday.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I in the essence of saving money, and you know
Right,
me. If anybody
right.
knows me, I'm extremely frugal. And
But
so,
our school lunches don't generally, they're not super fancy. Like you have your option of lunch meat or peanut butter and jelly, a granola bar, a piece of fruit,
yeah,
and a juicer. Well, my kids are really water drinkers. They're not juice drinkers, so they usually have just their water bottle. But
mine occasionally ask for pizza on Friday or
Yeah,
whatever, and maybe once every 3 months I'll say yes.
Yeah.
So I don't, but I do. So I really get detailed all the way down to that. And like I said, I use my Pinterest. I use Pinterest a lot,
right.
but.
And there's just so much on there. There's even so much on there how to get your act together and actually do meal planning. There's been times, and it's something that was really successful to a point. We didn't always like all the recipes, so I think I'd have to kind of tweak it a bit. But I love the batch. Cooking.
Freezer meals and stuff like that.
Yeah, we did really well with those. And so you spend just like one afternoon preparing all this stuff, and you put it in the freezer, and then you've got it. And there are certain foods that when I cook them, I cook a lot, like my spaghetti sauce, my soups. When I make those, I at least double the batch, if not triple it.
But
then I
you're
freeze
right.
it.
But you're right. There's always a recipe or two that you're
Right.
like, oh my god, nobody would touch that in my house.
Right.
You
I don't
know?
have a lot of, and because a lot of them are crock pot meals, and crock pot for me, although it's a great idea, is very hit or miss.
I love my crock pot.
Yeah, I know.
I
And I want to love mine too, because like you throw the stuff in there in the morning, and then poof,
love it.
dinner's
Love
ready.
it. I used it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to your house when you've had that thing going. It smells amazing.
I made taco soup yesterday, but
Yeah.
I want to try the new is it Instant Pot?
Instapot. I've heard people rave left and right about that. We might have to, if Instapot wants to send us a couple, and we can check it out.
I would love it. My friend April, our friend April, she has one. And she says, oh, you can borrow it. She's like, I don't really. And I said, oh, girl, I would love to borrow it.
Right.
Because
I've heard amazing
having
things.
a meal in
It does
20
everything.
minutes?
It does everything.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I have a New Wave, which is, my mom bought that New Wave for me as a present. It's and it's really cool, but it's not liquids. And I love
Right.
to make chilies and
And
soups.
soups.
And
Yeah.
and
We're big on-
roast.
as picky as my kids can be about some things, and I should say that with the little asterisk that they're not super picky kids. I mean, I hear nightmares about kids that like to the point where they don't like something to the point where they will throw up on purpose to get away from the table. For real. I mean, like people have nightmare stories about their kids and food,
Yeah.
and I don't have that problem. Mine are just like, I'm not going to eat that, and I'm like, fine, don't
Right.
complain.
Right.
Like walk away from the table then and be gone.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing my kids really do love and get excited about, and this is so weird, is soup.
They don't like it.
No, they love it.
Okay.
They love soup. All 3 of them.
Yeah. I love soup too. You want to hear something funny? My husband used to for the longest time, and he doesn't listen to our podcast. Shame on him. So he'll never hear
Get
this.
it together, Lloyd.
But he told me once, he said, soup is not a meal.
Soup is a meal.
And I call bullshit. Soup is a meal.
Yeah.
Like last night, the taco soup had ground beef, all kinds of beans. I mean, what's
Protein,
any different?
right.
What's any different from,
Like you put it in your
a
bowl with
solid
a little
meal.
dollop of sour cream on
and
top,
cheese,
boom!
cut
and
up
you've got a
green
meal.
onions. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taco
Oh my
soup's
god, that
really
sounds so
yummy.
good. You
It
can make
was.
some more for me next time.
It was really good.
Yeah, we love soup, and they
Yeah.
go crazy. But we don't do canned soup. Like that's.
My kids do like the character soup every once in a while. They do.
They always say they want it, and they never go for it. So, but I'm not. I can't. That stuff always tastes very metallic-y to me. So
Yeah.
I prefer mine.
Now I grew up eating that soup when I was
I did.
sick.
I
That
did
was like
too.
my
Yeah.
one thing. You know what I thought about when you were talking? Another rule in our house is if you don't clean your plate, which I'm not a clean plate
No,
club
I
parent.
don't force
I'm not
them.
going to force you to eat everything. I will make you eat.
Like 4 bites.
Yes,
Yep,
you have
me
to
too.
eat some of it. But the rule is you don't get a snack. You have to wait an hour after dinner because my son is notorious for, or used to be.
You don't even. Yeah, you don't even have the table cleared.
He would not touch his food. I'd be cleaning up, and he would already be in the pantry
Right.
looking for food.
Right.
And I said, no, this is not how it's going to work. And so now their rule is an hour. So the second they each get up from the table, I tell them, or they all get up from the table. Don't ask for anything until 7:30. You don't get anything.
Right.
And so they know they'll
I think
watch
that's a
that
great
clock.
rule. That's a
They'll
great
watch-
rule. I think I might implicate that in the house because I mean that's a.
Well, Landon, you can thank Landon because he was
Right.
notorious. Like he was the worst. He's a snacker.
Right.
He doesn't like to eat a meal. Now last night that taco soup, he ate 3.5 bowls of that taco soup. Even after dinner was over, he ate a bowl at dinner. Came back at 7:30 when it was okay to have food.
Right. And
Ate
had
2 more
another one.
bowls.
Oh my gosh.
I said, now I know what to feed the boy. Because full of fiber and meat, it's definitely healthy for you. So.
Right.
But yeah.
I bet that'd be something that you could even pack in his lunch.
Yeah, we have lots
Like
of
those
thermoses.
little thermoses
Mhm.
and
we
yeah,
have
I need to
those.
get those because Maggie and I just had that conversation yesterday
Yeah.
where she's like, we were looking at the school supplies at Target and she asked about the thermoses and she's like, I would eat like hot food out of that for school and I'm like, all right, I will buy a couple of those if you guys are gonna.
Yeah, you said mac
'Cause
and
I get-
cheese in that.
Yeah,
all kinds of
yeah.
things.
And mac and cheese is Jackie's jam. So, but I mean, I definitely am open to new things. I mean, what do you guys like feed your kids for lunches? Because I know it gets boring, and I get
Yes,
it. So
it does. And I'm not one of those school lunch moms who cut now.
bentos. God bless them. If they
I-
want to do it, they can go for it.
And
but,
I have
yeah.
I have a small confession. I do have the divided.
I don't think that counts because that's just keeping your food nice and neat and away from each other. And it's like you're saving the earth too by not using plastic bags like I do. So
Well, and you know what I find? I find that it's a good way to use up little odds and ends of things.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
literally have a few marshmallows and a few Teddy Grahams or whatever, you
It's
can
perfect.
throw them all in one of the things, and then you know what I mean.
Right.
I do. But I do use those. I did buy a little sandwich cutter. And it was about the size of a deck of cards,
Right.
and it would cut your sandwiches into little tiny squares, like the size of a dice. Super cute idea in theory. It does not work so great in real life. It works with PB&Js, but you can't overfill your sandwich because then
Right.
it like squishes out
Yeah.
the size. But I do also have one of those
I see cookie cutters.
Uncrustable makers.
No, you don't.
It was like $1 at the Dollar Tree a couple years ago. Best thing ever. Because like Landon doesn't like crust.
Right.
And it's super easy.
And you don't have to sit there with a knife cutting crust every
Yeah,
night.
and Aubrey likes the real Uncrustables that you
Right.
buy, but they're expensive.
They are.
So I just make my own, stick them in a little Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, and throw them in her lunch.
And you can make peanut butter and jellies like in advance. Like I would take a loaf of bread
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the school year. I mean, towards like I said, November, I really start not giving a shit. But at the beginning of the school year, I would buy a loaf of bread specifically for, yeah, I know. Sorry, I got sidetracked. And I would like make the peanut butter and jelly and sandwiches, and then I'd throw the sandwiches back into the baggie.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put them in a baggie and then
Yeah.
put them back into the bag that the bread came in. And then in the morning, I would pull
You
two
don't
out.
find that they get mushy or
Nope,
hard? The
nope.
bread didn't get hard?
I've not tried it with like lunch meat or anything, just the peanut butter and jelly. No,
Okay.
no.
And you know what? I will tell you true confession. It's funny, this episode evolved into lunchbox confessions. But
I know.
I make my lunches in the morning. I'm a
Me
weirdo.
too.
I line my kids' lunchboxes up on the
Bam,
counter.
bam, bam. Me too.
I turn around the island, I make all of their stuff, and then I put it all in their lunchboxes, and then I make their snacks and then their water. I am not one of those to make it the night before.
I wish I could
the
be.
The night before, I'm just done.
It's my time. Yeah. Like, I always think, like, if I could get together at nighttime, it'd be so much better. But I gotta be honest, when the kids go to bed, I check out.
That's my time.
Yeah.
But, I find that doing it in the morning helps get me started and motivated and up.
Right, I agree.
Like, I get up an hour before the kids, and I drink my coffee, and then I start to make their lunches. And I thought, no, actually more than about an hour and a half. But I thought if I had to just get up, drink my coffee, and then straight start fooling with kids, I think I'd lose my shit.
Right.
So I do. I make them in the morning. I'm not one of those. And it's not because of lack of planning. I just don't want to.
Right.
I prefer to do it in the morning. So I'm glad to know you do it in the morning, too.
I do, too. I know. And I hear, like, oh, if you do it at night, you save so much time. I'm like, yeah, no, time is not.
No.
That's not for them.
No.
Like, after 8 o'clock, that's me time.
Yeah, I'm done. I agree.
I wish I could be different, but I'm not.
I don't mind doing it in the morning. I really don't.
It's never been terribly
stressful.
It only
takes about 20 minutes tops.
And a lot of times, my kids, I don't know about yours, but mine always want to help. So I'll be like, they were like, can we help? I'll be like, yeah, you can grab your snack out of the pantry, and you can, you fill the water bottles,
Oh, okay. See, I do it before they get up.
Oh.
I do. I get up and do it before they get up, and then I go get them up. So, but yeah, that's funny. We went off on a total rant about lunchbox.
Hey, but school starts in like 3 weeks.
And it's
so
food related, right? Yeah?
So you don't have any like major allergies in your house, but you do have the food dye thing, which is intense. I don't know how you work around it, but you do such a great job. We do.
We avoid all food dye.
Right.
I don't know. I actually have another blog called One Fed Up Mommy where I kind of gave the reason why we started it.
Right.
But in a nutshell, it was major. It started a little bit years ago with Aubrey, my 14-year-old. She had major tics. Mm-hmm. She would pick at her lip. Like, she would get a tic one week and then do it for a week and then move on to something else.
Oh.
And so, and then she, like, pretty crazy things. Like I said, she would sit there and pick at her lip till it bled.
Right.
And then she would move on to other things. I can't remember. She used to do something really weird with her neck, like where she'd turn her head. And so either my mother-in-law, someone mentioned that that they had read that there was a correlation between food dye sensitivities, not necessarily allergies, but if your body is not tolerant or sensitive to them, then they affect your nervous system. And it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So when I was little, I was really sensitive to red dye. Like, I couldn't have it. So it makes perfect sense that my kids are. So long story short, we kind of dabbled in it when she was little, and then we got away from it because obviously I had 3 kids in 3 years. But when Paige came along, she kind of threw us for a curve. She had lots of tantrums, lots of issues to the point where she pulled her hair out. Like, when she would get mad, she would claw at the wall. Just really severe.
Right.
And so we realized that maybe we should look into it again. And kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was the day that she had flavored high C. I think we had gone to the pizza place. Yeah. And we went to Target, and my sweet friend Danielle can remember, but she had a meltdown, epic meltdown, to the point where Danielle said, take her to the parking lot. I will pay for your stuff and take your other kids. Just go handle her. And so that's what happened. And that day I came home and I said, you know what? That's it. We're done.
This is a sign.
And it's not terribly difficult. These days it's super easy because it's so available. People are getting rid of food dye left and right. And
you have a lot of success like over at Aldi's, right?
Aldi, oh my God, is the best grocery store ever. We didn't have that back in Florida, and we recently just got it here, probably within the past couple of years. But I love Aldi because nothing they sell has food dye in it. That's their store brand. So, but yeah, that's what we do. It's easier, and my kids probably will eventually grow out of it. Aubrey has kind of grown out of it, so we will probably move away as they get older.
But it's not a bad habit to have, really.
It's not, but I also never wanted to be that parent that. And it's really hard. We'll talk about it on another time. But there are lots of ins and outs to it. So, but you guys don't have any.
No. Any and all food problems we have are just based on Henry being a jerk. So,
which could be the food dye.
It's entirely possible. Maybe I should give it a whirl and see what happens. You know, but he tends to be and he's not even necessarily a picky eater. He just doesn't eat. He doesn't require anything.
I know. When he was at my house yesterday, he wouldn't eat. I was like, boy, don't you want to eat?
Like, no,
He
he
didn't wanna
doesn't
eat?
need to. Like, he does
Yeah.
not consume a lot, so.
That's crazy.
But the other two aren't too bad. I mean, they all have their dislikes, and I never hold that against them because, hey, I got things I don't eat.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. But so I'm like, if I know you specifically don't like something, I don't force on you. You have to try new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And you
when
can't
you're
just
hungry-
randomly decide you're not going to eat what I'm cooking. Because if it's, if I go out of my way to not have freaking tomatoes, which I love, you're going to eat what I make you, So,
Right. Yeah, and I figure I had a really wise pediatrician tell me when my kids were little, they'll eat when they're hungry.
exactly. And
And
that's,
they
I never
do.
stress about Henry. And a lot of times with Henry, what we do is we're like, fine.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like out of the corner of your eye. We'll all be eating. And even the other two know they need to ignore him.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the corner of your eye, you'll just see him like
Yeah.
pick up a green bean and put it in his mouth.
Right.
And then he'll take his fork and have some chicken. And everything is chicken to Henry. He doesn't like pork. He doesn't like beef. But he likes chicken. So everything is chicken. We thought.
We had several years of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's totally fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So I will work on my meal planning. And we'll see how that goes.
Oh my goodness. So you only go to the grocery store when
I need to, which
something.
is not a good way, and I
So
don't
you
suggest
don't-
that, no. And I'll go through spurts where I'm like, yes, I'm going to plan ahead and I'm going to do this, and it usually only lasts, and just our life is very chaotic, and it seems to not work out for me. It needs to, though.
But you find yourself doing that, obviously, several times a week then.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you say we had to run to the store for waffles or
Right.
something like that. So I'm a weirdo when it comes to stuff like that. Like I kind of used to refuse to run to the store for just one thing.
Right.
Because I knew what one thing would turn into.
Right.
And I was just lazy and I didn't want to. So literally we would go a couple of days without milk until it was time for me
Right.
to go get groceries, But I've kind of slacked off on that. Like yesterday I went and got milk, juice, and bread.
Right.
And a few other things because we were out of them all. So.
Well, and luckily now we have that gas station right up the road, which is very nicely right next to the liquor store, so we can get milk and vodka.
That's funny. Rum chata, baby. I
Yeah.
got to get some rum chata.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I love cooking. I don't know about you.
I do not.
I mean, I struggle with the
I do not.
planning and the grocery store, but I love cooking.
I hate cooking. I think it's the devil's work. I hate it. It's just too much trouble. And I'm not one of those people that can cook and then taste as I'm cooking. Like I
Right,
have to have a
because-
recipe unless I've made it 100 times. I have to have it. I'm not. Do you use recipe? Or you cook from scratch? I mean, not from scratch, but
There's certain things that I do love a good recipe, and once I get one, I hold on to it for a long time. I'm also very good at like saying, "This is what I have in the pantry. Okay, let's try this." And sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not. But I have several things that I make that are actually they originate from what did we have in the pantry that night.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a website for that. You
oh
ever seen
really?
it?
No.
You put in your ingredients. I can't remember what it was. If I can figure it out, I'll put it on our page. But you put in the ingredients that you have, and it generates recipes for you.
Huh.
So, but it's a little bizarre when you have like a packet of ramen,
And
some vodka,
some marshmallows.
and
yeah.
some marshmallows. That doesn't work.
Did you
so
just
well.
look in my pantry before you came in here?
I have to see what it was, but it's like something like it's like a recipe generator or something like that.
That's
but
kind of cool.
I'll see if I can find
Yeah.
it and throw it up on the thing. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know how much more you can talk about that. I mean, I don't know what other people do and what they're.
Let us
what
know.
works for
What do
them.
you
Right.
do? Do you menu plan? Do you do you?
Some people don't cook at all. Some people just eat out every single night.
And I know
we do eat out more than we should, but I mean, some people just they never cook at home.
I know a lot of people are using those new like menu subscriptions, those
Yes,
meal
yeah.
subscriptions or
and
whatever.
I think those are great.
I don't know that they're made for families of 6
No,
like I have.
no.
And that's probably a downfall. They're probably made mostly for 3 to 4 people, maybe 4 to. I don't even know if they go up as high as 5.
Yeah, they do. I mean, because my friend had used them for a while, so she gave us like a trial week on it, and I mean, the food that we got was definitely plenty for 5 people, but for us, and we did make the one meal and it was fine. For us, it was just one of the problems is we live in Texas
Yeah, it's hot.
and stuff can't sit on your porch. They do their best to like pack it nice and everything, but it really it's hard to, I'm sure in the wintertime maybe it's easier, but I have a couple friends that are very, they utilize those a lot. But it just wasn't for us, so.
No, and then
they're great programs.
Well,
and
you're
they're
also stuck with food that you don't eat sometimes.
Right. And they're, well, and, you know, you can go and, well, like, ours had shrimp in it. I'm like, I'm not touching that. So, but the other thing is, it was kind of expensive. Like, I mean, ours was a trial run, so we didn't pay anything. But when I know what I can spend to feed my family for a week.
Right.
And for the same price, I'm getting 3 dinners.
Right. No, I agree.
I can't. And I don't necessarily need that, you know, the convenience that comes with getting that box. I don't necessarily need it. So it wasn't, for some people, it's totally worth it. And I good for you. I'm glad, you know, that you found something. But for us, it's not.
Did you notice that one, like, did you have to make a side with it as well?
No, it came with, like, literally everything.
Because some of them don't come with sides, which I was like, wow. So you still have to actually.
No.
So some of them will make you buy your own fresh fruit and vegetables and stuff. And I'm like, what good does that do you?
Exactly.
Because
you're still going to the grocery store.
Right. You might as well just.
So you're getting the recipe and you're paying that kind of money for it. I can get any recipe I want off the internet.
I agree. I would never. I don't.
But for some people, it's very convenient, so it has a purpose.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not for us.
No,
right.
Not for me. Not for a family of 6. Absolutely not.
Right.
So, because I know, like, the average, I think, like, serving, or not serving, per serving or whatever, like, they were talking about how it's about $30.
Yeah.
The average is about $30 a meal, which is kind of high, because I know for a fact I can cook a meal for all of us for about $10.
Right.
I know I can, you know. So I have a hard time.
Even with meat?
Yep, even with meat. I told you I'm frugal. I have secrets. I have my ways.
Where are you buying this meat?
So, I out of the guy's truck in the
That seems pretty legit. Off at 1314, that little 1314. That's where you're buying it. Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm really good at stretching meat. I have secrets and stuff like that. So maybe we'll do a frugal edition.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I think we're done, guys.
I think we've kicked that ball around enough.
But yeah, drop us a line, find us, and give us feedback.
What are your tricks?
Yeah, let us know. So we love to hear people. We don't hear people very often.
I love comments.
Yes.
It makes my day. Don't you want to make my day?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right, we're not going to be around next week. We just have a lot going on, and we decided that between...
school starts back soon.
Yeah. Yep. So school starts back, and I am going to Florida.
Her turn. It's her
turn. So between the two, we just decided to take a week off.
But we will still be on visible. She's going to send me some pictures.
You know Copper ain't leaving social media, so...
Yes, so she's going to send me some pictures, and we'll throw them up.
Right.
And, so if you guys want to interact with us at all,
that'll be great. And then we'll be back the week after that. So
we
do we know what we're going to do the week after that?
I think we're going to do Missed Mom Connections.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if you guys have ever... we live in Houston, so there is a show or a little... I don't even know what you call it.
It actually originates off of Craigslist, because creepy-ass Craigslist has a category called Missed Connections. Mm-hmm. It is one of my favorite things on this planet. Mm-hmm. That and Urban Dictionary. Yeah. And it's just these weird people that are like, I saw you at the 7-Eleven buying a breakfast burrito and we made eye contact and I think we are soulmates. So if you can tell me what, color shirt I am wearing, then we can get together. So anyway, we're going to do one that is Missed Mom Connections. So the same theory, but with
just a mom twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what else?
We're going to do the parental version of an exit interview.
So if anyone has ever quit or been fired from a job before, you know what an exit interview is, where you talk about, what you could have done better, what you wish had happened, and what you feel you're going to do next. And we're going to do a version which is basically like once we're done, you're never done being a parent.
We're going to interview our kids and ask them what they think, how they think we did.
Right. And then we're going to give our own, like what we feel we could have done better without getting too deep. We're not going to get deep on this, so.
Yeah. No, just a funny episode.
Yes, exactly. All right. Okay. Well, I hope everyone is having a great summer. What?
Don't forget to check out our personal blogs as well.
Oh, yeah. God. She's like pointing at me like, shut up, Copper.
We both have personal blogs. You probably already know it. And I desperately need some love. Copper hit a big landmark. She hit
I did 300,
301.
and now I'm staying at 301 now, so which is really great. And
And
I've been a little silent, but I have a.
I suck.
big
I have
plans,
less than. I think I have like 73 people. You guys.
Let's get that number up for her.
But Copper's at Never Drink from Mommy's Cup, and I'm at Our Life So Far. And we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Twitter, unfortunately, but we're everywhere.
Right.
And we each have a Pinterest board too.
Yeah,
so.
we've just started the Pinterest board, so that's going to be pretty fun. Well, it's actually our personal Pinterest board. But
We
we'll
each
blog,
have
so
a personal.
But you can actually go on there and see what I pen when I'm drunk at night. So, yeah. All right.
I think
Anything else?
I think that's it
Okay,
for this
so
week.
like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I hope you guys really enjoyed the last couple weeks of summer, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
That's right. Have fun in Florida.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to. Who knows? I might come back with new tattoos.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. I'll
Bye,
see you
guys.
later. Bye. You gotta get away from the door with that, you creepers.